Hi, I'm Epoch from Minigame Guides, and in this video, we're going to be talking about how you can make pretty much a lot of cash really quickly in Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. Now, making money is not that hard. Now, the easiest way, or just the most common way, is just by doing all these types of jobs. Now, there is one type of job that will give you more money. Just look always at these bonuses. So, first of all, for example, this Bolton Grand Mojave Storm has a bonus of 25% CR. So, you're going to get 25% more of these. So, often just look in this list and just take them and be sure to just stack them kind of up. So you can just take one and you can just leave him parked outside of your garage. So just park him over here. Now you can park a lot of cars, so you can put them on the at least on one lift, for example, and in front of the car and garage entrances. So you can at least stock 4 of those. You can also stock them at the parking or the paint shop or the car wash. Now, I wouldn't really advise the parking for the very simple reason that that is something you need to pay for, but you can really stock a lot of orders this way. And also, for example, if whenever you want to buy cars. But to make the most amount of cash, what you actually came for is basically by renovating cars. So this is actually all kind of based on maxing out a skill in your talent tree. So these are the upgrades, so enhance your abilities. And the renovator one is the best one you can get to make a lot of cash. Now, first of all, I was always thinking like I should just do the regular customer collector, good judgment. So this is also pretty valuable. So this is probably the second tree that you should get, but this one is the best one because it really allows you to fix a lot of parts using the workbench and the welder station and stuff like that. So, of course, if you want to do this, you will want to max out your renovator, and you will also want to get your garage expansion so you can get yourself the workbench. Of course, also the brake latte will help out a lot, and the body repair station. Now, these are not needed as much, but they are really helpful. The welder will also do quite a bit. But one I really think you should get definitely is the car wash. Now, the car wash is only 1,750, but it will increase the value of cars by quite a lot. So I'm just going to show this all a little bit in practice. So let's just get started. Now, where do we get cars? Now, cars, it kind of depends on where you are in the level range. So we actually can get cars from the car auctions, but that's only at level 15. Now, these are quite expensive. Same thing with the barns. Barns unlocks at level 10. At least, honestly, I think the cars in the barns are pretty overpriced unless you start tuning them. But the best place is actually just junkyard. So let's just go to the junkyard and let's go get one. Okay, so once at the junkyard, what we want to do is we're going to find some cars. Now, for example, we have this car over here. Now, he pretty much is a wreck. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to take our examination mode and we're just going to be inspecting everything in there. Now, what we are actually looking for in the top left corner, you're going to see all the conditions of the items inside. What we want to do is we do not want to buy any additional items or parts for this car. We just want to repair them as much as possible. Well, we can only repair items above like 15-20%. It still isn't completely obvious for me whenever it is. I think it's above 15%, so that's because when the numbers are red and above 50%, they are orange. So I assume it kind of depends on that, but don't quote me too much on that. Whatever you want, you just want to get a cheap car, and you just want to get a lot of items that are at least orange in color. So those we can just strip and we can repair them. So let's just look at this one. Okay, so I checked pretty much all the items that I could without using the additional items. And as you can see, there's quite a lot of them above 20%. There's also quite a few red, but we don't really are going to care about those. Now, if we buy this car, it costs us 5,698. So what we're going to be doing is just check my total cash that I have right now. We have 40K, and we're going to see how much we end up after buying it and fixing it up. So we're just going to buy the car. We're just going to place it in the garage, and we're going to go back to the garage. Okay, so here we have our heap of junk. Now, at this point, if we look at the car status, we already lost like 479 CR. So that is not too bad. Now, first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to bring him to our car wash. In the car wash, we're just gonna wash the outside and the inside. Now, this is completely free once you have unlocked the car wash, so this doesn't cost us anything. If we check his cash right now, how much is it worth? It's already gained a profit of 850. So that's already pretty cool. Now we're going to be moving it to our car lift. Now in our car lift, what we're going to be doing first is we're going to disassemble this entirely. Now there are a few things that we cannot fix, and that is, for example, the headlights and the glass. Everything else we can repair with the fully upgraded renovator perk. So let's just disassemble it outside and inside. Now, as you can see, I actually kind of ripped out the entire, inside of the car. Now, the only one thing is left is the fuse box, but that's pretty much because you can't repair it. Now, next up, what we're going to be doing is we're just going to go to the tire changer. Now, I only had one tire on my car, and we're going to separate them. Now, often you can still repair the rims of the tire, so that's something what we're going to be doing. So let's just take that. Next up, now this in my inventory, this is all of the everything I found inside of the car, now except a case. Now the case is also a really great way to get some cash and stuff, but that's for another video. Now, all of these things we're going to try to fix as much as we can. So first of all, we have over here the late. Now the brake late, if you do not have it, it's not too bad. I have one, so I can just place this on it and it can just repair it completely to 100% free of charge. Well, at least after getting it. Once that is done, we can just remove it and we can move to the repair table. Now here we're going to play this little mini game and we're going to repair as much as we can. Okay, I'm not as good at that game as I would like to admit. Now, with that done, we can also come over here to your repair table body, and here we can also try to fix the bumpers and the right door from the car. Now, I believe we have pretty much done everything. Now, at this point, I have still 33.5K, so that means I've pretty much spent about 6,500 since I started this little project. Now, what's left, we're just going to be fixing up the car once again. So we're going to assembling it completely over again. Now, I do prefer to reassemble the engine on the engine stand. Now, if you have it, it's great. I would really advise to use it. If you do not, well, it's not that bad either. I just really do not like to, constantly move around with the elevator, with the lift, just, bringing the car up, down, and everything like that. So this just makes it a lot easier. But yeah, that's completely up to you. Now, while assembling, actually just the most important thing that you really need to focus on is just plainly getting your inventory completely empty. Just reassembling it completely. That should never be a problem because, if none of the items will ever break if you fail at repairing them, for example. So, just try to get your inventory completely empty and, just put everything back inside, no matter the condition that it is in. And just never ever buy anything. So that's going to be our biggest way to make money, because we do not spend a single dime on the car except for buying the initial car. Okay, so I reassembled the entire car, so that is pretty awesome. So my inventory is completely empty except for the case. And now let's just look at our profit. Now our profit is going to be 7,879, which is already pretty awesome. Now, if you do have a welder, so be sure to use this as well. So we're just going to be placing it next to our car lift, and we're going to be using it on the car. Now, this is going to be 500, so that is an additional cost. And we'll see immediately how much this makes our car worth. So let's just check our car status, and that increased it by like what, 1,500, 2,000 CR, which is a lot. So we're just going to be selling our car and accept. and we started off with 40K, and now I have 48K. And honestly, this is a pretty bad sell for me personally. I have made this exact same way, more closer to 15,000 each time, but I just picked the first car at the junkyard. But if you really select a little bit more better your cars, then you will make a lot more cash than I just did. But you know, this was just for tutorial sakes. I hope you found this video useful, and if you want some more guides on Car Mechanic Simulator 2 2021, just check out this playlist. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!